you've developed your plan. You can see now that what I'm talking about is not another thing. Not one more thing that to squeeze here or there. It is truthfully already part of the planning that you're doing. It's just fine tuning and really focusing that piece. So one of the things that I want to make sure everybody does is that you consider where this goes on your lesson plan. It goes on everybody's lesson plan. It's there somewhere already. Where is it? And where are you going? What space on your current existing lesson plan are you going to use to plan for additional language experiences, right? Intentional language experiences, all right? That's one piece. And the other is just, I'm advocating for documenting and assessing while you go through. For one thing, that can be an important tool to share with parents, and it also will help guide you in the appropriate path, or maybe even if the child needs additional help than what we can provide in the classroom. All right, so the next piece in this grant, I've had a lot of opportunities to go around and share those pieces that I've shared with you so far at TPS, at other private programs, as well as at the Ohio Early Care and Education Conference that was just this past April. But what's special about this in particular process is because it is grant funded, I had the opportunity to go through and pick things out that would be supportive of language development. And that's broad. Language development in infancy, I've looked at as everybody having enough of the very hungry caterpillar, stuffed caterpillar, for every infant that's, in the vicinity wanting to participate. And, I'm talking like 12-month-olds and things like that. So that while you're telling the story, that they have something applicable holding in their hands. Right? I realize that also meets other, developmental things are going on there too. But what we're focused on is the language. So what I'm hoping that you will find with all of these different materials is that they're all basic things. Some of them may even be duplicates or might be able to replace an old version of it that you have. But the idea is to have books, have things that go with books, so that we are helping children to develop narratives about their own experiences and, these experiences in these good books. Because, man, some of these children that I work with, they can almost verbatim recite some cartoon, PJ Masks, something or other. But if I ask, what did you do last night? Right? I'm not getting that interaction. So one of the things that I really want to focus on in this is giving children stories that they can embellish and elaborate on. Because what I see a lot in the classrooms, and especially in boys, I see more of the action figure play. And they can take anything. They'll take those multicultural people from the dollhouse and turn them into WWE wrestlers, right? I mean, they have great imagination, but most of the time they're turning them into TV characters that they have viewed. So part of what we are going to do with some of these everyday items is try to share something else that is storybook related that will hopefully capture their attention enough to get in there, right? To become part of their play. So part of what we have are, I was able to find this character named Bluey, and I was able to find both items like action figure Blueys and books that went with them. Same with Daniel Tiger. So those items specifically, I'm looking at children having the opportunity to hear stories as well as hold items. that might be something that's relevant for infants. It might be something that's relevant for our 4-year-olds. It really just depends on where they're at, how you use it. So I've developed two different, like a distinctive infant toddler kit and a distinctive preschool kit. But the truth is, it would have been better language for me to say that the infant toddler one is a skill level 1-2 kit, where the preschool one is more skill level 3-4. Okay? So they might be used in each other's rooms. Okay, so that's the action figure part. I have included lots of board books with the idea that while I'm holding, usually a board book, we're talking infants and toddlers, but while I'm reading this book, I've got 4 other ones, because usually if I'm reading the book, one of the children still are in that phase of they don't understand anybody else exists, and they just want it from you now, right? I can hand him his own. I can give him mine and grab another one, right? Because that's a very normal thing. That's an okay reaction for a very young child. So we have board books. We have big picture books, like some of the, so I was able to find, through Kaplan this, a great use of Eric Carle and his literature. They had a lot of items that went with those books. So there's a lot of those. There's a lot of Eric Carle stuff. Felt boards, puppets, inviting children to be able to retell the stories, right? Those things I think come pretty straightforward. Those are all things that we are all currently using. I'll tell you one thing that I don't see being used as much as it was earlier on in my career. It was, we always used to play this listening bingo. Now, it was on a record. Then it was on a cassette. But somehow when we got to CDs and everything coming off the internet, I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen people doing listening bingo where it's literally, moo, oink, different things like that, or all different kinds of stuff. All different kinds of sounds. So that is one of the things that's included in this, is a listening bingo that does come with a CD. I don't know how many classrooms still have CD players. I'm not sure about that. I did create a listening bingo from a YouTube video for one of the classrooms I was working with at TPS. So if you do not have a CD player, let me know, and I can get you the information to participate with that. Okay, that's as easy as it comes. But just thinking again about the listening part of learning to communicate, right? That I'm hoping that there's lots and lots and lots of things that we are going to have going forward with using these everyday items, right? The other thing I included, and this was just I think this would work, I don't know. I got microphones and some of those little stuffed animals, right, that record and repeat back. I thought maybe for a child who's, I don't know, just not able to be reached yet, just by, encountering with them, what they would think if they could hear themselves, whether it's through the microphone, or through the talking animal. So all kinds of different pieces. I even think I could see using the microphone at a storytelling, right? I'm asking children questions and I'm holding the microphone out for them to give me an answer. And it might encourage, them to talk more. I don't know. I'm interested to see how the addition of the microphone changes it, because these are TikTok people, right? These children are TikTok people, and technology does not really scare them away. I was out the other day working on capturing some videos, and I have a little microphone that hooks on a kid's shirt so that I can hear them really well in the video. And this child just took it off and just talked right in it. I mean, I think they're comfortable with microphones. We shall see. It'll be fun to see where that goes. That is all I'm remembering at the moment for the specific items. I'm excited to see what all happens with them.